Okay, so in this activity we're going to look at transformations of quadratic equations in vertex form. So we're going to go to desmos.com and start graphing. And then we're going to go up to the menu icon, which is up here in the top left corner. And we're going to select the lesson parabolas in vertex form. Then we're going to open that graph. Okay, so what we've got here is we've got a quadratic equation in vertex form already. And we've got little slider bars here which are going to let us adjust the values of a, h, and k in this equation. So first we'll look at what happens when we adjust a. So that's the value out in front of the brackets here. If I adjust the value of a, right now it's 1. So with the a value of the equation is 1, we see a parabola with the pretty normal shape that we're used to. This would be the same shape as y equals x squared. And if I make that value larger, the parabola starts to get skinnier. If I make it, let's see here, between 0 and 1, so let's get back to 1 here. Now if this a value is between 0 and 1, the parabola gets wider. If the a value becomes negative, then the parabola flips upside down. So if the a value is negative, we have upside down parabolas that open down. If the a value is positive, the parabola opens up. If the a value is greater than 1, it's a skinnier parabola than our typical y equals x squared parabola. And if the a value is between 0 and 1, then it's a wider parabola. Okay, so let me set that one back to 1, and then we'll look at what happens with h. So with h, right now the h value is 1. Let me go ahead and set that to 0. And you know what? While I'm working on this here, I'm going to also point out that I've also got the point here, the point of the vertex, which is h comma k. So I'm going to show that label by clicking this box. And now over here it says the vertex is at 0, 0. So let's see what happens when I adjust h, the same h that's up here in the up here in the equation. If I make h equal to 1, then the parabola shifts to the right to the point where it's at 1 comma 0, sitting on the x-axis at 1 now. If I change that to, let's say, 4, now it's sitting at 4 comma 0. So changing the h value shifts the parabola to the right. If I make that h value negative, it shifts it to the left. So the h value controls where the parabola is horizontally on the x-axis. Okay, I'll set that one back to 0. And now let's look at the k value. Well, the k value is here at the end of the equation, and if I increase the k value, the parabola goes up. If I decrease the k value to the negatives, the parabola goes down. So the k value controls the vertical position of the parabola. So I'll set that one back to 0. And if you notice as well, the vertex, because this equation is written in vertex form, we can read the position of the vertex directly from the h and the k values. So let me set the vertex here to, I'll just grab it and drag it to 4 comma negative 2, okay, or thereabouts. And if you look over here, the h is at 4 and the k is at negative 2. Now something else to point out though is that this h value up here in the equation is x minus h. So even though the h is a positive 4, and here it's been shifted to the right by 4, up here in the equation it'll read as x minus 4. So whatever sign you see here in the brackets with h, you have to remember that negative here actually means a positive h value. Okay, so those are the effects of changing a, h, and k for the vertex form of a parabola.